I wake up to the morning sun. When did my life stop being so fun? Wish I could care about someone the way I used to. When will this be done?
Yes, everybody, welcome to Brode and Esther. We are back. You wanted it. You got it. It is Stephen Brody Stevens live here in Pasadena, California with the great Esther Patvitsky, everybody. Let her hear it. Yes, we are. You thought it wouldn't happen. There were so many doubters. Said this show would never, ever happen again. What's going on? Well, people, we are back, and we are stronger than ever. We carpool, we hike, we talk. We hang out in the lobby of our apartment building. We work on each other's personal well-being. I push Esther to hike. Esther pushes me to hike. We push each other to podcast. Stephen Brody Stevens, say hello to our good friend, Brian Redban.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
What's
Glad
up,
to have you back.
everybody? I can't believe it's happening. I can't believe it.
So you guys have been hanging out a lot lately together. You've been hiking together, going, like, helping each other out. Is that real? Like, you've been really supporting each other pretty... I mean, you became not roommates, but you guys live in the same building, and now it seems like you guys have been helping each other in your everyday things?
Yeah, I would say Esther's probably been helping me more. I feel like I need to be hiking. I need to be talking. I need to be getting out there. I need to be going to the comedy clubs. And it just so happens we live in the same apartment building. It didn't work out that way necessarily. Like I didn't say, I'm going to move into Esther's apartment building. But that's what happened. And there's a couple other people in the building we know. It's close to the Comedy Store. It's close to the Laugh Factory.
You look fit.
Well, I've been hiking.
Do I look fit?
And not
Probably
eating.
not.
No.
I've not been eating like I should, you know.
Oh. So you haven't been eating at all, or you
No, I've been eating, but I've been eating nuts, apples, bananas, orange juice.
I also took Brody to the grocery store
Oh.
and helped him to learn how to shop.
Well, he has a refrigerator now, right?
I have a refrigerator. Yeah, I have orange juice in there. I have jam. I have a muscle milk in there. These things are ready for me to consume. That's why the refrigerator is there. It says, here it is right now. If you want to consume me, feel free to do it. Yes. Bananas, organic. I got bananas from Trader Joe's. I got Fiji apples. I ate.
Yeah. You almost got the green ones. I told you to get the Fiji ones, though.
So I can get those. The Fiji is fine, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference of Fiji and green?
The green ones, I think, are like a little bit more on the tart side.
Right.
So if you like that, then go for those. But I think the Fiji are, right in the middle for me.
I'm not a tart guy. But I like green apples, and I do eat green apples from 7-Eleven. People say you shouldn't have the bananas or apples from 7-Eleven.
I said that.
You said that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that was you. I think it's better than nothing. If you had a choice of eating fast food or a banana or an apple from 7-Eleven, wouldn't you eat the banana or apple from 7-Eleven?
No.
Why?
Because if I was hungry, I would go for food, and I consider like bananas and apples good, but they don't do anything to fill me up.
They don't.
No, I need like bananas, apples, plus a protein bar or some kind of substance that makes it. I don't know.
Protein bar will add that substance?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, like I'll do a protein bar or a I don't know, something like that. Like
Cliff Bar?
Yeah, Cliff Bar. Cliff
I like
bars are
those-
good. Peanut butter Cliff bars.
I like those Power Crunch bars that we got at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I got those.
They're like wafer cookies. They're really good.
Could you live off a banana, apple, almonds, canned tuna, peanut butter and jelly?
I mean, if you were a squirrel, I would say so.
But I need to feed myself better.
I think you need more. It seems like you need more chicken. You need more.
Well, I'm not going to Chick-fil-A anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Chick-fil-A.
I accidentally went.
You accidentally went to Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Esther, what happened?
You said it was okay.
I said it was okay. Oh, after the fact, I said it was okay. But now for the show, the purpose of the show, you going to Chick-fil-A was not good. What happened? You
I-
got tricked into
I
it.
was tricked into going to Chick-fil-A on Monday.
Blindfolded?
Somewhat. I didn't think it would. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I went to Chick-fil-A, and I got a number 1.
You got a number 1.
Yeah, with waffle fries and a lemonade.
Could you go to Chick-fil-A just for the waffle fries and lemonade?
Yeah.
No, it's
Waffle
not,
fries are pretty good.
It's not about the chicken. It's about the anti-gay.
Anti-gay chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy put out. Why would he say that? That's pretty.
They're crazy religious. I mean, they're not open Sundays because of because of the religion.
Right, I get that. Go to
they-
church.
They're just like, they're really hardcore. There's a lot of companies like that.
That's
The people behind the company are old-fashioned, people.
Don't they know that you're born gay
Well,
and it's not your call, or do they don't care,
Not
or they
everyone-
feel that
Definitely
can be
they
changed?
not
don't
everyone
know
believes
that.
that. Yeah, not everyone believes that. It took my family a long time to get through that, or
you were
to
gay?
get that idea. No, to get that idea because I think they kind of didn't think that. But I have gay cousin. I have a lot of gay in my family.
My mom thinks I'm gay.
And well, you are,
I'm not
but
gay.
I think they didn't think that for a while. I think maybe 10 years ago they didn't think that.
Esther doesn't give off a gay vibe.
Thanks, Brody.
She's super gay.
You think so?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever seen her around a pretty girl?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, Amy's pretty. Her roommate's pretty. What do you mean? That means,
Well, I mean a pretty girl.
I guess. Esther's pretty.
No, I mean like you like.
What does that mean?
She becomes an Italian from the 1990s, like, hey, why don't you come over here? Let me see your boobs. Hey, come
That's
on, you're
not
very
true.
beautiful.
I don't do that accent. Okay?
Esther's very funny. She had a great set at the Laugh Factory.
Oh yeah, how was it?
It was good.
It was funny. She's got her jokes. She's got her point of view. I can see her going places. I don't look at see a lot. I want to get this out of the out the open. A lot of people say, "Oh, Brody and Esther hanging out. What's the deal?" It's friendship, and if anything, it's me like being a father. I feel like I'm a father figure, not an older brother, a father figure. And Esther's okay with that.
Because the word on the street is that you're boyfriend and girlfriend now.
No,
That's not the word on the street. Ryan, you just made that up. And I can tell when you just make things up and turn them into word on the street type situations.
I mean, I'd like to have a girlfriend down the road somewhere, but I have to get my whole life in order, and my life is not in order. I have some good things happening. I have the HBO project that's airing August 6th.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It starts August 6th.
Yeah.
August 6th. It'll be on
Sunday,
HBO
Monday.
Go.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
So I did it. It's in the can. It documents me getting back, getting out of the hospital, but getting back on TV, getting back. It's a documentary reality. It's people should like it. If you know me, you'll probably like it. But it's not 1,000 laughs. It's more or less a documentary. There's like serious parts in it.
That's really cool. So, is it only going to be on HBO Go, or are they just kind of like testing the waters with it, or?
I think it's just going to be on HBO Go.
I think it's going to be funny because, Brody, a lot of times when we're hanging out, you say stuff that you're like trying to have a serious conversation, but you'll notice I'm laughing a lot.
Right.
So it's like you think things are serious, but I think that they're funny. So I
Yeah,
think
but, so that's a good thing. I
Yeah.
can't necessarily feel it, but people are laughing.
yeah.
I wonder why. Hey, I'll continue to do this, but I need to have money and rent and stuff like that. Doing comedy. I guess you just got to build up your audience because that's what it's all about. If you build up your audience, you can talk to them, and then once you have your confidence, it's like you're just talking to your friends.
Have you been? You just got off the road, right? Did you make money when you were on the road?
Occasionally I make money, but not that much on the road. I mean, I did Toronto, I did Omaha, I did Chicago, I do festivals. I didn't do Montreal this year, but I did Just for Laughs in Chicago, and I had a good show, did an hour long out there. If you're there to see me, I'll give you a good show, but I'll be honest, I think I just need to keep performing, just be forced out there and do my own audiences.
Brody, remember when you headlined the Improv 2 weeks ago and Dick Van Dyke came to see you?
Dick Van Dyke was
really?
there. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was still alive.
Yeah, he came and saw our show.
That's cool.
You know what? When I walked in there, I see an old guy walk out, and it looked like a guy who was an actor. I didn't realize it was Dick Van Dyke. I too, it did cross my mind. Dick Van Dyke was not alive, but it was just like Andy Griffith, probably because Andy Griffith just passed away. So that was on my mind. And I didn't also picture Dick Van Dyke being at the Improv walking out. He looked like somebody I've seen there before. Can you
What?
will you turn down my headphones?
Yes.
Can you turn up could you turn mine back up? Two. Am I talking too loud?
No, it's just mine. We're too loud.
Two. I think we're on those other buttons. Esther adjusted the headphones. Two, one, check.
You better or no?
No. Two, check. I think it's those first two buttons. One was mine. Yeah.
The first two buttons is the overall volume by everyone.
Two, three.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. That sounds better for me. I'm good like that.
I'm fine. I'm good. I guess.
Was I talking too loud,
no,
Esther?
you're fine, Brody.
Esther, I
That's
was
me?
talking to. I just ruined the podcast.
No, you.
I ruined the
No,
podcast.
Brody, we're working
Technical
on this.
difficulties.
You haven't ruined anything. You're doing just fine.
I ruined it.
Everybody likes you. You're tall. You've got a lot going on, and everybody likes you.
I know they do, but I gotta like me. I enjoyed doing audience warm up. I was good at it. It was a regular gig. I got made money, and I was able to build my act based off that. I felt like that confident guy was funny. People liked it. And why was I confident? Is because I was working. I was at Chelsea lately. I had worked 1,000 shows at Best Damn Sports Show. I was passed at these clubs. I had confidence, but I also had a regular gig and I had a regular paycheck. So now I don't have a regular gig. I don't have a regular paycheck. So that affects my confidence. Therefore, it affects my comedy. Do you see what I'm saying? So to go out and it's just I feel the pressure of that. I feel the pressure of that.
But Brody, you have another.
Dick Van Dyke, right there.
Yep,
There he is.
He gave us all hugs.
He did? Was he real nice?
He was really nice.
Did he seem lost at all? Did it did he seem like his age was starting to catch up with him?
Probably a little.
No, not really. He seemed on the ball. I mean, he's 84.
He loved Brody.
He loved Brody.
He might have loved me, but I didn't see because I was on.
He loved Brody. Brody Stevens. Positive energy. I like this angle. Yes.
So have you ever thought about maybe getting a job?
Yeah, I need to get one.
Brody has.
Well, I'm doing warm up for the burn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brody
cool.
has some job offers.
I have an HBO show that's coming out on
All
HBO
about
Go,
him.
but I don't know how much I'll be paid for that.
Is it per download? Do you know, or is it? I mean, do you get any kind of is there any ratings when it comes to something like HBO Go? Like, is it per view? They go, holy shit, we just got 1 million views on this thing.
It might be.
It might be like that. So we should pump that up. We should
Pump it up.
We should make sure that August 6th, when it's available on HBO Go, which is on the App Store and the Android market, I think.
Right.
That people download it and watch it. They put it on their girlfriend's HBO Goes and they watch it on there.
My job is to promote it. My job is to talk about it. My job is to do it. I did the show. Brody Stevens. Positive energy. I need to shave, it looks like.
What's the name of the show?
Do I need to shave? Look at the
I think
Esther.
you're fine today.
No.
I think we're getting close, but I think you're fine.
Brody Stevens, enjoy it.
Oh, cool. That's a great name.
Yeah, and I liked all things Brody. I liked these. I'm fine with the Brody Stevens. Enjoy it. But it was hard to do, It was like I know it ended well. I got an unknown voicemail. What do I do?
You just got it right now?
Yeah,
I think you put it on speakerphone and check it.
No.
I won't do that. Esther has a lot of things going too. Esther has a pilot that she shot,
It's true.
and she's waiting to hear. And I think good things are going to happen because Esther's funny.
Thank you, Brody.
She writes funny tweets,
Thank you.
and we hike. And what time is the show tonight, Brian?
We have a Ice House Chronicles show. Podcast starts at 9:30, and then it shows at 10 in the main room. Look at this, Brody Stevens, enjoy it. Episode 1, 2, 3 through 6.
Oh, you can watch them?
Not yet.
They're not available.
They're not available yet.
until August 6th.
But you can watch them all at one time.
Yeah,
Documentaries.
I guess so. Maybe they're just going to release one once a week. That's cool.
You know, because I could be plugged into things. I feel like I can be plugged into things, and I'm not some comedic genius. I don't consider myself a Zach Galifianakis or a Nick Kroll or a Louis C.K. or a Daniel Tosh or whoever's doing these great things. I'm good at being me. I'm good at being Brody.
Yeah.
So you just wind me up and tell me where to go. Just let me pay for rent. Let me live. Tell me where to go. Like I'm doing audience warm-up for The Burned. I'll do that. That's a good gig. That's with Jeff Ross coming up. That's 6 episodes. I'll be working over there.
That's great.
That's Comedy Central.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens from that. I need to be going on the road. People ask. People want to see Brody on the road. Now, what would make me be comfortable on the road? Jokes. I can tell my jokes. So what stresses me out? Forgetting my jokes.
Yes.
So I already have 45 minutes of jokes. You know what I mean? So I just need to be writing more jokes.
Right. We talked about how maybe we would go to the Coffee Bean and you would write some more jokes.
Right. Go to the Coffee Bean. And that's where Esther's coming in to help too. We go to the Coffee Bean. We're going to go. We carpooled here today. I didn't talk much. I was looking at Twitter. Not tweeting, reading. But I'll be honest. I feel good right now. I think this is a good podcast. You know, I'm not Mark Maron. I'm not. I can only be the best Brody I can be. And you know, it's like, do I have comedy bits? I have jokes, but I don't have bits anymore. I've done all my bits already. I don't know. I could be written into a bit. I need writers or just somebody to point me in the right direction. That's why I'm with CAA. Mm-hmm. Martin Lisak over there at CAA calls me, checks up on me, so he could have me audition for stuff. Rachel Rush over there.
Brody Stevens, episode 1. Comedian Brody Stevens, with encouragement from pal Zach Galifianakis, attempts to reconcile his longtime differences with his sister Stephanie at his 80th at an 80th birthday present for their mother.
Yeah.
Hasn't it? Okay, cool.
It's just silly stuff. It's just internet goofiness. It's not, it's not groundbreaking, but hopefully you'll like it. And it's real, but some of it's scripted, and then some of it's funny, and then some of it is interesting. And I do go into talking about going to the hospital, UCLA. I was put in the hospital.
Friends of Brody as well, episode 2. Friends of Brody as well as medical experts dissect his downward spiral. Was an elaborate performance art comedy or genuine mental breakdown?
Upward spiral.
Genuine mental breakdown.
It was an upward spiral.
It was a genuine mental breakdown, though, right?
Yeah. You don't stop your meds cold turkey. That's what I did.
Right.
I'd been wanting to stop them, and if I got my medication from my doctor, my general practitioner. So I didn't get checked on like I would with a psychiatrist on your meds. So I had stopped with my meds one time before. And the reason why I took meds is because I just got sick of worrying about worrying. You know, it's like everybody worries, but I chopped down one more worry.
Yeah. So now we've decided that we'll never go off our meds again, right, Brody?
Not cold turkey. Right. No way. No way. I am allowed. I can smoke marijuana if I want to.
Yes.
And I did take an afternoon hit.
Although you did smoke marijuana over the weekend, and it was too much, and you were nervous and upset about it.
Well, you probably smoked a lot.
What are you saying? I'm a burnout?
No. I mean, you were at the Comedy Store, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how it gets at the Comedy Store. It's puff, 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 pass, puff.
Lot of
pass,
pot.
Puff.
Lot of pot there.
It's a little different than, having one hit here and there.
I like this shot, Brian. The lighting's good, but it shows like I'm not perfect. I don't like that shot. But you can see my scar. You can see my face. You can see my.
What scar are you always
I
so
know,
worried
he's always
about?
talking
No
about
one knows that you have a scar except for you.
He always talks about the scar that none of us can
yeah,
even see.
I know. Every day he asks me.
Are you serious?
Oh, we're being 100% serious right
Wait.
now.
I'll show it to you.
Right.
Show it to us.
Yeah, where is it?
Well, you put me on the camera. You don't see that.
No.
No. Oh, wait, that little white part?
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
I guess, but it looks like you have the little white part all over your beard. So it does. You can't tell. You can't see that. No one can see that. Only you can see that because you know it's there.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's a what now? What about my gray? I'm going to a movie premiere tomorrow. What about my gray beard right here?
Keep the gray.
Keep the gray.
Yep.
And then what about the beard? Keep it.
Yes.
Do I need to shape it?
No. No shaping anymore.
You mean have this up here? Don't worry about
Yep.
this.
Yep. Keep the apple the peach fuzz on the apples.
Why are you saying that?
Because people that sculpt their beards, I think are weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it looks kind of like fake or 98 degrees or whatever that shit's called or
Right.
oh, I'm not supposed to cuss on this podcast.
You
I
can
forgot.
cuss.
Brody, no.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
Fudge yeah.
You don't have to,
All
but
right.
you could.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like I when I had my beard, I tried to do it because I know there's a couple people like you and there's other people that that sculpt it. They cut this part down and stuff like that. And I tried doing that, and it just looks too manufactured. Like people like the beard when it's just like, yeah, you're a man, you got a rough beard, not when it's like, hey, you like my little.
But you know what? I say when I have a rough beard, and I'm not going to be a news anchor, am I? I mean, I can't work in sports looking like this.
Yeah, you can.
How?
It's a look. It's not just a beard. It's a look.
You're telling me I can work for a corporation with a beard like an unkept beard?
You mean like Zach Galifianakis?
You mean I'm going to work for Zach?
No, I mean like he had a fudging crazy beard, and look at him. You think he's worried about his beard?
Brody, I'm concerned that you're no longer having an issue with Brian swearing. What happened? And I caught you swearing the other day. And you corrected it. You were happy that I caught you, and you said, you're right, I'm going to say fudge. But now you're
It's too hard to keep up. It's too hard of a battle to keep up.
I don't think the fans are going to like hearing that.
Well, I'm not cursing,
Right.
but I'm not. If you want to curse, go ahead and curse because I don't sleep on a mattress properly. I'm on an air mattress.
Are you?
Still.
I should have given you my mattress, man.
Really?
I just got a new bed, and they were like, "You want us to take your old mattress away?" And I'm like, "I guess." But it was a really nice mattress, but it was too big. Probably it's fudging. It took up my whole room.
Yeah, I need a queen size mattress. I can go to Neil Eats. It's right across the street.
Well, actually, I heard you're not supposed to go there anymore.
Why?
Why?
Don said don't go?
Yeah, the guy was just a bad person, I guess.
It's fine. You can go.
I can go?
Yeah.
I just need to get a queen size mattress here in Los Angeles, Hollywood specifically. Please help me. Please help me get a mattress. I need to do that. I changed a flight last night. I was able to do that. I'm just not on my game. It could be because I'm on Abilify. I'm on one. It could be a number of things. I could be really depressed. It could be because I live in a different apartment. It could be because there's a lot of things.
You
But
don't have enough structure in your life.
right. But maybe it's the Abilify, one of the medications I'm on.
You need a woman.
Yeah. I'd like to get it. Well, here's the deal. I'm around women energy now,
Good.
which is helping me.
Good.
You know, being around Esther, she's been great. And I said, it's like, Esther, you don't have to hang out with me. And then
Brody, you're my friend. I like hanging out with you.
and I know good things are gonna happen, and you're not gonna be around. But you know what? You remember those times. You remember when I hike alone, I'm hiking with Esther.
You should maybe just Esther. Maybe you should give him like a sweatshirt that he can just carry around when he's hiking, and he could just like throw it on the ground once in a while and be like, "Hey, Esther, get off the ground."
It's like I'm 42 and I'm feeling pressures, and it's like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have kids. It looks like
That you know of, right? Huh?
maybe I will, but I don't want to feel like I'm coming to the end, and it's like, oh, I did everything I could do. And then
Brody, you're fine. You're
right.
getting too dark now.
You are getting dark.
It's too dark.
You need a tickle.
Positive energy, yes. All right, pull me out of the darkness.
All right,
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm out of it. No, not with the tickle. Brian, not with the tickle.
Yes.
Brian, not with the tickle, please.
Do it, Brian.
How
He
about a
needs
shoulder massage? A shoulder massage.
He needs it.
That's fine. All right, so I got a little dark there.
Yeah, Brody, we need to stay towards the light.
Good. That's what you're here for, Esther. So how was your, what have you been up to, Esther? I went to Chicago.
Yeah, you did. I didn't go. I told everyone I was going to go, and then I didn't go. I'm sorry, everyone.
Right.
Why didn't you go?
Because I've been busy editing my pilot, and doing,
You have to edit it yourself?
I work on editing it.
Are you in there, hands-on watching it and doing it?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
And how do you feel about that? Is that,
That's what I wanted. That's how I wanted it to be.
yeah.
And it was a very long negotiating process for me to be able to have that kind of control over it.
Are you able to work with the editor, or you're right over their shoulder type of thing?
It's they'll for some of it, yes, and then some of it is like, okay, here's a cut, look at this and give notes.
Right.
So it's a mix, but now we're done.
You're done. And now yours is 22 minutes,
Yes.
and you feel good about it.
I do. I like it. I really am happy with it.
Take us through the pilot. What is in it?
Well,
You're not allowed to talk?
I unfortunately signed a non-disclosure agreement. But I can say it's just a show about me and my friends.
Do people ever sign disclosure agreements, like where they just are allowed to? There's somebody's phone's going crazy. It might be.
Brody?
Not mine.
No.
I'll move it over here.
Brody, Brody, do you have fans like girls? Like what are they called? Backstage Betties, or do you have like a Brody Stevens?
I have
groupie?
fans who are girls. Yeah, I have some groupies.
Do you ever?
Dick Van Dyke's wife.
Dick Van Dyke's wife is a big fan of mine.
Well, I mean, do you get like do any of these girls like, hey, Brody, I want to, kiss you?
Not really, not yet. But I'm okay with that.
If so, you would be okay. Like, so if there's people listening right now that are in love with you, like a girl somewhere, and they just want to grab you and kiss you.
If there's a girl who's attractive and I'm attracted to, is into me and is into my story, and hopefully after this HBO project they will be, I'd be open to that.
Good.
I'm not Mr. Stable Lifestyle. I'm a comedian, but I'm probably just like every other comedian that's
Yeah, I'm not Mr. Stable Lifestyle.
doing it. Comedians, it's a weird ball game. Some people make it and then get that family and are funny and stable and happy and all that stuff. Others, it's a struggle and you get to that point. But if there's a girl out there who is attracted to me, yes, I'd be open to it.
And just for the reminder, you like tall Jewish women with blonde hair. Is that what it was? I can't remember what your ideal woman was.
I like blondes, but brunettes are fine too. Is somebody attractive, somebody friendly? I'm just...
Have you ever thought about going into the Asian? Do you like Asian girls? Because, it seems like Asian girls are very forgiving and they...
Brian, what kind
they
of
are-
bullshit are you feeding him?
Well, I'm just saying that...
Brody is very vulnerable, and the things you say to him.
No, I'm
gonna
being
take
serious
serious-
right
This
now.
show is going to help me out. It's gonna get my story out there to enough people where maybe something good can come out of it. That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an opportunity for me. I was being me. You see me in all my old full colors, and hopefully there's interest, but not just for a woman, but interest to do another show, a season 2, something else.
What's your favorite color, Brody?
I'd say blue,
Cool.
navy blue. Why?
Navy blue.
All right. Just want to change the color in behind you to a color that you like better.
Brody, how are you feeling about our therapist being out of town? Is it kind of making you nervous?
A little bit, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
We're fine. We have each other. I have my own issues that I deal with on my own. Sometimes, you go to a therapy session. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're not so great. Sometimes they're okay. Some are better than others. I'm going. I do like going to it, but
Is this the Laugh Factory therapist, by the way?
Yeah, our therapist is on a 10-day vacation.
And let's just say the Laugh Factory therapist on episode 3 of the Brody Stevens Enjoy It, which is available August 6th. You reconnect with Chelsea Handler, and you talk about that Laugh Factory therapist, and she's kind of skeptical of that therapist, it appears. Why is she skeptical, or are you not allowed to disclose that yet?
say that again, Brian. I was looking at tweets.
Brody.
What is she skeptical about?
Yeah.
I could talk about whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you actually, episode 3 of your show, you and Chelsea Handler talk about the therapist.
Right. Chelsea laughs because that we're doing therapy at the Laugh Factory.
But it's a real therapist.
It's a real therapist, Jamie Masada, who believes in helping out comedians.
He's a great guy.
Is a great guy, offers up a program to where you can get free therapy up to a certain point, and then he offers comedians that are past their free therapy sessions. I had to do therapy. I'm not saying I was seeking it out, but I had to do it, and the Laugh Factory offered it, and I did it, and I met a good therapist. She does a good job.
Good.
So,
And you go to her too, Esther, right?
I do. I originally saw a different therapist, and then my therapist went away.
Blew her brains out.
She disappeared.
wait, what happened? Your therapist?
No, my therapist took a hiatus, and
She just couldn't deal with your issues.
so I had to move forward to other things. And my new therapist reached out and said she would take over. And so I've been seeing her once a week. And last week I saw her twice because I know she's leaving town for 10 days.
Wow.
She's great. It's like, I look at it this way. Major League Baseball teams have therapists.
Yeah.
They all have coaches.
Speaking of which, a really famous baseball player came to see you at the Comedy Store this week.
Andre Ethier, good friend
And
of
I
mine.
got to meet him and hang out with him.
There you go. Starting right fielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Andre Ethier, came out to the show, and he's a good guy. And he was there, and he's been to my shows before. And he said, Brody, talking about like issues, he says, Josh Hamilton was homeless for 2 years. I mean, down, addicted to drugs and all that stuff. Everyone has their own issues dealing with stuff.
He really loves you, Brody.
Yeah.
He's a good friend.
Now, when your therapist is out of town for a while, what is the biggest concern? You just are having a bad day and you need to talk to them, or is it something where you feel like you have to rely on that person at least once a week to kind of get you motivated, or what are you concerned about?
It's something that I look forward to every week. It's like a safe place for me, like a little happy place that I have once a week. My therapist does encourage me to reach out and throughout the week, like send me an email if things are getting weird or anything like that, which I actually don't take advantage of because I have a neediness to me that I try to harness, and I have a little bit of separation anxiety. So I try to leave her alone, but it's just knowing that she's gone is a little bit, there's an underlying tension.
Well, I'm here, guys, for the next 10 days, if you need to come over and hang out with animals and talk.
I love animals. That's actually part of my therapy program.
Well, I didn't think about it that way. I'm not I feel like my therapy, I get it through comedy. I get it through my friends. I really lean on my friends. It's like, yeah, I don't have a wife, but I've got a lot of comedian friends. And I think the comedians at the Comedy Store are great. Comedians, I mean, Zach has been great. Esther's been great. Brian's been great. I've done, getting to do podcasts is a great outlet for me. It helps me. So I don't want to say I dump on the crowd and go, hey, this is my therapy, and hope you enjoy it. You got to give them jokes too, but it is therapeutic for me. And I just want to get back to being Brody. And I don't know, I can't explain what it is. It could be the meds. It could be just natural depression. It could be me thinking about this HBO project, which has been 2 years in the works.
Brody, every time you're feeling down, this is what you should watch.
My next guest is a talented comedian who's been seen in films such as The Hangover and The Hangover Part 2. Please welcome the very funny Brody Stevens.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I know many of you are trying to figure out where I was in The Hangover. I was not the monkey. I was not that. Very hairy as a child. True story. Very hairy. Growing up, most kids in my neighborhood had Flintstone vitamins. Somehow, I had Rogaine chewables. I was on Last Comic Standing. I'm funny.
We watch
Last
it?
Comic Standing, Season 4, Episode 1. I was
check
on
it out.
there.
Check it out. It's online. It's just Google Brody Stevens Conan, and it's the whole set is on there. And you were lucky because you actually had a show with, I think, Mark Maron, which wasn't the same episode as Mark Maron was on, which
Yeah.
is like the dream. You know, that's a great lineup for Conan. So that was not only were you on Conan, you were on a kick-ass
Great
show on
episode.
a great episode on Conan.
Well, just to let you know, I shot my episode right after the show.
Right.
So it was an extra segment we did. And so then we used it because they said they want me to go long, I can do what I want, be a little bit of Brody. And we did that after the regular taping. So like the band played, they go, we got a special guest, another comedian, or not another comedian. Mark Maron wasn't there that day. I shot mine on a different day.
Right.
But anyway, that it worked out that they put us both together like that.
That's great.
And if I can continue to perform like that and have jokes like that and be in movies here and there, why not? That's a good life.
Did you get a lot of positive feedback from that episode? Did you get a lot of people seeing it in the business that was like, wow, Brody, you know?
Yeah, I would definitely say the most feedback, positive, overwhelming that I've ever got was through the Conan set.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
More so than
Hangover.
The Hangover. I mean, in this day and age of Twitter, it's probably the reason why. But I get stuff from The Hangover, you know. I get stuff Hangover 2 and, you know, people watching Due Date. But I would say overall, the Conan set was, maybe because it was me doing stand-up, it was 5 minutes, you know, and I would say that was my best feedback.
Good.
So that felt good. Hopefully the HBO project, and I was just, you know, I was gutting through it. It's real stuff. It talks about me being in the hospital 17 days, went off my meds, and that happened. And I said, why don't we just do the show, make it real, like I'm coming out of the hospital, and I want to reconcile with my sister. I want to reconcile with Chelsea. I want to get back on TV. And I did the get back on TV thing, just throwing that in. And they liked it. And I pitched a different idea originally, like when I sold the show for these meetings and stuff. I was able to, you know, I pitched it, and I
What
did
was
it.
the different idea that you pitched?
Me evolving, going to the next level. I wasn't so specific about, say, acting classes or selling my sister's jewelry, but me going to the next level of getting out of audience warm-up and becoming a self actor, you know, self-providing entertainer, self-employed, and that's a big jump for people.
Right.
And that was kind of my thing. Zach thinks I'm funny. Here's this guy who's done audience warm-up, and now he's given me that opportunity to at least have people think I'm funny. You know, people might go, based off this HBO thing, oh, this guy's funny, let me have him audition for my movie, or I'll put him in my movie. That's possible. And that will help my confidence, hopefully. But I think it's all positive, and I need to, like, not be so, like, blasé about it. I need to promote this. I need to believe in it, and it's going to help me get through this, whatever I've been getting through. So I need to be proactive and say, HBO project is funny. You'll like it. You'll laugh. You'll enjoy it. You'll get to know me better, and then you'll want me to come out to your cities and do comedy and talk about real stuff, and I'll be making more money, and I won't stress about money, and maybe I'll always stress about money, but that's why I exercise. But if I get more popular, it's not a popularity contest either. I'm just trying to be funny.
You know what? I think that since the mental breakdown of 2011, that things are actually better now. You're better off because
It's so hard.
Andre Ethier told me a story about you from a couple years back.
I was getting into fights.
Yes.
Okay, periodically.
You were pushing people's buttons and getting into fights and being aggressive. And
Right.
You were almost a little too confident. And now you're on the opposite side of the spectrum where you don't have all that confidence. But I think that if you just build up to like a good medium, you'll be fine. But I think you're maybe a little bit too confident before.
Right. And that's so I'm more mellow. I'm more humble.
Yes.
Right. And I need to learn to write for that.
Maybe, yeah.
But this humbleness is coming from a real place.
You can still be confident and stuff on stage, but, you know, you don't want to be starting fights in five-star restaurants, you know?
Was that shocking when you heard that story?
I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
I was very, especially knowing you so well now and, like, the new you.
But is the new me based off some medication that the 2 milligrams of Abilify that I take?
I don't think so.
It's a mood. I'm on a mood stabilizer.
I don't think it has so much to do with the medicines. It does just your life and like what you're going through and like that. Before, I think you were just so high off of being in The Hangover and Chelsea. I mean, yeah.
But don't I have to feel that way to feel? I mean, now, yeah, it's like the opposite. It's complete opposite now.
A little bit. So now you're just trying to find your way like to the middle ground.
Right, and that's hard.
Yes.
That takes time.
Yeah.
That takes the right medication. That takes the right structure. That takes the right doing the podcast.
And the opposite action that we talked about.
Opposite action. Get out of bed.
Somebody online had a really good idea, and it's the fact that you are really sleeping on an air mattress really kind of bugs me, and it seems like it's bugging a lot of people online. We should probably do it like a Kickstarter for you to get a mattress, I think. And maybe, like if you donate a certain amount, you get like this, like a high five, or or if you $25, you'll tweet a video out, a personalized video to somebody. $100, you'll sign the Hangover DVD or VHS tape or whatever. But I think that would be a good idea, and we can get you a nice mattress, because one of the biggest things that everyone kind of, doesn't really take too seriously is sleep. And you really need good sleep. You're never going to be healthy if you're sleeping on an air mattress every day. You need 8 to 10 hours dead sleep on a nice mattress.
That's what I told him, and he said that the air mattress doesn't bother him.
It doesn't bother you, but you come over to my house and spend the night tomorrow, and you will change your mind about everything, Brody. You will notice it probably in a few days of getting some real sleep. I mean, when you're on the road sleeping in hotels,
right?
You're probably well rested.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Probably. Maybe I'm not rested. Maybe my sleep isn't good.
Your sleep is not good.
But
how about after this? We go across the street to Leeds. We look at what a nice mattress, not top of the line, but middle of the road, and we'll start a Kickstarter for you, and we'll put it on the beginning of this podcast when we publish it, the address, and we'll tweet it and see what happens. And I bet you anything, your fans want you to sleep well and get better, and next thing you know, you're gonna have a mattress.
I'm willing to do that.
And these fans want to help you. And especially if you give them, like, if they donate certain amounts, that, if you give them little personalized messages or something, I'm sure they would love it.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for the mattress donation. You got it. Brody sleeping on a queen mattress. I need to.
Yeah. You just need to, when I found out you didn't even have a refrigerator a few episodes back, that also is because you need to eat. It doesn't seem like you're taking care of yourself.
No, I'm trying.
Like food. You have to make sure you're eating healthy.
Right.
You have to make sure you're sleeping.
You're trying, Esther, with me?
Yeah.
You are.
I took you to Trader Joe's and showed you what to buy.
And I bought the salad
and some other stuff.
So that's what I'm saying. Does my beard look like that? Like I'm not taking care of myself? Does my skin?
No, you always look fine. Your beard always looks fine. Your hair always looks fine. I mean, you're a little sweaty right now, I've noticed.
Am I?
Yeah, you're.
Where am I sweating?
On your forehead. See that? See that little shine?
I'm always that way.
Are you?
I take prenatal vitamins.
What's that?
Prenatal vitamins?
Yeah.
They're vitamins that women take when they're pregnant.
Why are you taking them? Just in case? You want to be ready to go?
No, I'm not. There's no chance that I'm pregnant. But I don't know. I think they're good for you.
So you have a 0 sperm count?
Yes.
Now, have you checked your sperm count? I've always wanted to do that, like check how healthy my sperm count is.
I'm sure my sperm count's low. My libido's low.
Your libido's low?
Yes. Everything's low on me, Brian. I mean, I don't want to be dark and down and all that stuff, but I'm frickin' depressed. I can't explain it.
Why?
I don't know why.
Have you been watching comedy movies? Maybe that will help.
I need to get out and go to. I mean, doing this podcast is good, but I have like low energy.
I told you have to go see Batman.
All right, but
Go see Ted. Have you seen Ted yet?
No.
I didn't like Ted.
What? Do you like The Family Guy?
Yeah, I like Family Guy.
And you did not like Ted?
No, I thought Ted was lame. I don't like talking stuffed animals.
Don't listen to her. Ted was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like 5 stars, but
Right.
you could tell like if they ever make a sequel, it'll be better.
What?
But I would say it's like a good 4-star, 3.5.
I need to see it. My
It's fun.
friends wrote it. I need to
Oh,
see
really?
it. Yeah,
Oh, good. Yeah.
Alex Solkin and Wesley Wild.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
So those guys are doing great.
Yeah.
But this is not from. This is just like clinical. I can't explain it. But Esther's been helping me out. I don't want to bring it up anymore. I want to be Mr. Funny Guy. I'm the funny guy. Brody is the funny guy. The positive guy.
Yeah. I mean, when you get depressed, is it like a depression that's like, ugh, everything's not going my way. I just don't feel good. I don't like myself. Or is it like, I can't take this anymore. I'm done. Like, how bad, severe is your depression? Is it more of just like a cloudy kind of depression? You know what I mean? Because I think everybody kind of suffers that. Whereas a lot of times, where
I don't want to say I'm done. I'm not saying I'm suicidal.
right.
But I mean, people think about that. I guess
You think about it a lot.
No. Let's
we're going
change
too dark.
All right. Well, just
Stop it.
doing
Everybody,
therapy.
I'm taking over. Okay? No. Brody is fine. Okay? Brody, you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself right now, and you need to just enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment. Positivity.
Okay? We took a nice walk yesterday. Brody and I we walked the last 2 days. We didn't hike because we were both lazy, maybe.
Yeah.
Brody, you're doing all the things you need to do. Your show is premiering next week. You are on the right track. You're doing shows every night. You took one night off last night. You have a new sleeping pill that you've been taking.
Yeah, great. Sleeping pills. I'm fucked up.
Brody, no. Cut. I'm sorry.
Do you take sleeping pills every day?
No.
He doesn't. Okay, let's talk about something else.
No.
We need to
I
talk
take
about
sleeping
some-
pills once a week, maybe.
I take melatonin.
Melatonin. Yeah, I take New Mood, which is a 5-HTP mood and thing from Onnit.
How does that work?
It's got tryptophan in it. It's just kind of relaxing. It relaxes you. It makes you feel tired at night. It promotes healthy brain activity. It's pretty good. It's my favorite thing that Onnit sells. But yeah, no.
Interesting.
But I think getting a mattress is important. What else, Esther, does he have that he should have or he's not doing correctly?
I don't know. But Brody and I need to join a gym.
Need to join a gym?
Yeah.
Well, you're doing better than I am when it comes to exercise, at least.
Right.
I've been eating bad the past few nights because I've been going out with other comedians. Last night I had pancakes.
Brian, you're a pretty perspective guy. You have good perception.
Okay.
Do I seem different?
You've kind of been in this weird lower energy funk since you switched your medications down. Maybe, what was it, a month ago, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem different from that because it seemed like there was a point where you were running around and being, normal. And then the last couple times I've seen you, you've kind of been like this, where you seem just a little bit down. You seem a little bit lower energy, and
Yeah.
But I mean, that might be what you're supposed to be, because I'm lower energy. I'm down. I'm not really running around fucking farting flowers and stuff like that.
Everybody has energy changes, Brody.
But what's funny about me then? I'm losing my funny then.
No,
No,
you're
you're
not.
not.
No, because on stage you're Brody.
And remember at Names Night
We'll
last
see tonight.
week? What?
Yeah, was I funny on that?
Yeah, that was really funny when you were teaching Carlos how to do audience warm-up.
Right.
Where are you performing tonight? Oh, here. You're here
I'm
tonight.
going to come back. And the Comedy Store. I have 2 spots.
Oh, me too.
Are you going to come here?
I can't come here, but I can do the Comedy Store. I have midnight at the Comedy Store.
So, Brian, I have to be back here tonight for this show.
Yeah.
What was that?
Nothing.
What are you doing, Brian?
Nothing.
Brian's doing something.
Well, there was a special guest that wanted to talk to you guys,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get them on the phone, but they're not answering. So if you're listening, special guest, please answer. It's not my cell phone that's calling. All right, here we go. Let me call him again. Yeah, so tonight we have a podcast 9:30, show at 10. Tickets are still available at icehousecomedy.com, and I'll put you up early so you can...
Okay.
Hello, you're on Brode and Esther. Please turn down your
Well,
record
big
player.
fan, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you very much.
Brody,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Yeah.
You seem a little shocked to hear from me.
Is this Don?
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Oh,
Don
hey,
Barris.
Don.
How you doing?
Don
Hey,
Barris.
Hey, Don, that was fun last night, remember?
I don't remember much of anything. I
Oh.
never remember much of anything. I do remember this. I remember my pal Brody over there. That's what I remember.
That's right. Drumming
But I do
away.
remember trying to get Brody. What's that? Look at this big smile. Who's a happy boy? Who's ticklish right now? Brody, can I tell you something? Can I tell you my opinion?
Yeah.
All right. Here's what I look at. I think that there's some things that have gone on in your life, but you're dwelling on it way too much.
Yeah.
You've got so many things going for you. How many people in this world would love to have Zach Galifianakis pushing his career?
Not many.
I-
I mean, everybody.
Not really at all. You go to the Comedy Store, people idolize you. Everything in your life is really, really good. But for some reason, you don't look at it that way. And that's all you think about. When I see you now, it seems like you're sad constantly.
I know.
Like Esther was just saying, the other day, when you were on with Carlos, that was funny stuff. You brought him up there, everything was good. But you didn't look at it that way. All you see is the negative side of everything. I'm a Brody fan. How long have I been a Brody fan?
Over 10 years?
Since the late 50s. Since you first made your appearance on Leave It to Beaver. I
Yeah.
remember I was talking with you there. But Brody,
Yeah. Yes, Don?
you continue to talk about these things. This shouldn't be talked about. You're a funny guy. Just yourself in the face. Hey, there I am. It was just on the TV, on the worldwide internet.
Why would I want to hit myself in the face, Don?
Because, Brody, you need to be shaken
I
up.
was making a joke. Here's the deal, though, Brody. Look at what you got. Redban loves you. You were constantly on all of his shows. Redban has one of the most popular podcasts in the world today. There's somebody that backs you. Who invited you to do the Big Three podcast this
You?
weekend?
Don Barris?
Yeah, because everybody is in your... Zach Galifianakis is in your corner. Esther, who has a TV pilot on the television, is working with you. Everything that you have in your life is positive, but you don't see that.
Well, I need to get
I
these
agree.
maybe it's a medication they got me on.
I think it is. But that's the thing about, you know, every time I see somebody, they give them medication and it just fucks up their heads. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I've never claimed to be one. But it just seems like for some reason your depression is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I agree.
I don't think you need to be this depressed constantly. You have a lot of good things. You're a good-looking guy. I was talking to a group of 16 women last night because I have my 16 Women Tuesdays, and they were all saying, they'd fuck you.
But Don, you're a funny guy. How do I get that funny back? My funniness.
Because you know what? You talk about things going in your life. Hey, you think every second of my life is happy? Fuck no. All I try to do, though, when I go to the Comedy Store, I get in my Comedy Store character.
Yeah.
I go there, all I try to do is try to be good. People that are good to me, I will go out of the way, have fun with. People that fuck with my head, I stay away from. I'm not running for a political office over there. When I go there, it's about work. And the people that are cool with me, I try to hang out with. The people that are negative to me, I push away.
I'm cool to you, and you're cool to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have nothing but respect for you, Brody. Brody, you and I, we got to be known through our audience warm-up.
Yeah.
Everybody, and that's the fun thing. Audience warm-up, we made some money. But is it fulfill any creative bones in us? Hell no. It's terrible. It's a terrible job.
I enjoyed it for the most part. I mean, I'm doing it for. I picked up some other gigs here and there, but I don't hate warm up. But I know what you're saying.
Do.
Creatively.
There's nothing to gain from it except the paycheck. There's no creative thing that, like, wow, did you see the way I made the audience applaud? Because nobody on the show cares. The only thing that can happen on a TV show when you're doing audience warm-up is for people to be upset with you and to say, oh, you did this wrong.
Right.
It's an ungodly position. And I felt terrible for you when you were going through the Chelsea shit.
Yeah.
Because I know that you're good. I know that you've got this energy that's there. But the energy that we're talking about now it seems to be gone.
So how do I get it back? Get off the meds eventually.
Well,
Esther says no.
See, here's what I say about the meds. I have no idea. I know what was happening with you when supposedly you got off the meds before. That was a Brody that was that was what I call the scary Brody.
Right, yeah, I'm not doing that. I stopped my meds cold turkey.
I really thought at one point I was going to fight you. I really did. I thought it was going to come down because it was just you were going too crazy. You were getting everybody's faces, and I didn't like that because Brody, I remember this. Here's what I remember most about Brody. I don't know if I've ever told you this before. When was the first time that you really came into my vision and I knew that you were around? Do you remember? I've said this to you before, but do you remember?
No, refresh my memory.
Okay, what show was that with that Julian Barbary?
Oh, the test. The list or the test, yeah.
I was doing the warm-up for that show, and you came in there, and you were a guest on it, and you were the funniest thing on there. And I thought, wow. And at the time, I thought, oh, who's this potluck comic guy that's great?
Yeah. I got to be on the show, and I got to be funny.
Right. But why are you talking about the negativity of your life? Look at everything positive.
Okay.
And your stepdaughter, Esther. By the way, how'd you become her stepfather? You're not married to anybody. Anyway, that's another subject completely. Well, Brody, pick it up, man. You got everything in life going for you. Everything.
Right.
And who gives you this medication? Who does this? Do you have a real doctor, or is it like one of these doctors that you see down where they see 1 million people a day?
It's a psychiatrist. It's a real that works with my psychologist.
I'll tell you this. A long time ago, I was informed by, let's say, a friend and my boss that I should go seek therapy. And I thought, you know what? There's a lot of things going. Within 5 minutes, this woman wanted me to get on some kind of medication. And I thought, what the hell is this world coming to? She knows nothing about me at all. But within 5 minutes, she wanted to put me on drugs. What scares me about these medications and things like that these therapists and psychiatrists, they give out, that they are, a lot of these people, they get kickbacks from the drug companies.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's like selling a car. You get a percentage of what they sell you. They get money for it.
Exactly, and that's terrible. This is your life. This is my life, and they're changing moods by these drugs that they're giving. And the thing about doing stand-up, this is my feeling, is that when you go out there, you got to be yourself. Because what's funny about Brody, you know, if you took Brody's material and you gave it to some terrible comic, it's not funny. There's nothing funny about it. It's about Brody Stevens' character that makes it funny. And these drugs, they're taking the Brody Stevens away.
Yeah.
You know, and what I'm saying is this. Like the other day when I came in there and I was watching you.
Yeah.
And I came on stage with you and I did all that stuff with you. What ended up happening, you were telling an audience how bad it is. But then you started getting these little spurts of like, hey, let's have fun. The old Brody.
Right.
That's what you should be fighting to get, the positive Brody.
Yeah.
You say that you're positive, but I'm not. The positivity is not there anymore. Brody, I told you this a while back. I said, you're my best friend in comedy. There's nobody that I respect more. And I just want to see you okay, buddy.
Yeah, so do I.
Have your stepdaughter start setting you up with young pussy. That's going to help you out a lot.
No, I'm going to get through this. Esther's been great, by the way. And Don, I appreciate your words.
Thank you, Don. That's what we needed because he just, yes, everything you said.
Are people worried about me? I don't want them to be worried
But
about
you
me.
make it so that we
worried
are.
about you. I don't think I'm worried about you because I'm not seeing the old Brody that I used to see. And I don't know if it's the drugs, because what you're doing is all you're talking about is how depressed you are.
Yes.
Instead of going out there and trying to be the old Brody, I have to fight it off too. My life in many ways is terrible, but in many ways it's wonderful. And I just try to take, when I go on stage, to look at the wonderful side. And that's what you got to do. But every time you go out now, all you talk about is everything going on. I at one time thought it was very funny if you told the story about, you know, what happened last year.
Right.
I thought that was funny because that would be a good way of you twisting something that like people knew about and twisting it and make it funny.
I do that. I say that I talk about that. I have a couple lines.
I know, but the way you do it now is almost like, oh, geez, my life is so terrible. This is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm going to let you go. There's some, oh, look at this. My toast is up. I better go get the toast.
All right,
The
Don.
very funny Don Barris, everybody.
I wish you nothing but the best. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks,
See you, love.
Don.
Thanks, Don.
Don Barris, star of Windy City Heat, big Brody Stevens fan.
He's
love
right,
Don.
you know. But what can I do? I'm on the meds, so it's fucking me up.
No, see, Brody, you just went to the negative place. Like, no.
No?
Sometimes I feel like I'm enabling you just by letting you be depressed all the time. Like, I think that you need to just be positive.
Positive energy, Brody.
Put it out there.
Force yourself to
Force
have
it.
fun, and then it will come naturally.
Right. Force it. Could it be my diet?
No.
You talk.
It could be a mix of anything. It could be, you know, it could be genetics, it could be meds, it could be diet. I mean, the thing you don't realize, everyone is sad. Nobody's super happy all the time. Even when I have great moments and I'm really happy and I'm super high and excited on them, it lasts for like 3 hours.
Right.
You know, and then I'm back to like worrying about the different things that I worry about. But I don't obsess over those worries when I try not to, when I'm at the Comedy Store, when I'm doing a podcast. I mean, I'm a bad example because sometimes I do the same thing, so I understand. But you just gotta have fun, and sometimes it's hard to have fun, especially in the line of business that we're in, because it's very, it's easy to get depressed.
Right. Thank you very much for those words.
But Don gives good pep talks. That reminded me of some pep talks he's given me over the years.
You got to hear those sometimes.
Yeah.
Those are great words from a guy who gets it. Don Barris has been, putting that stuff out. And it is about positive. And it is. I am Brody. I am on HBO. Yes. I am.
Right.
I got to believe that.
You were on Conan O'Brien.
I did Conan O'Brien.
Which most comics would give their left testicle to be on, and you're on it, and you're just like, that was great, positive energy. But then you're down on yourself, and I'm like, wait a second, you have a show on HBO, and you're on Conan. You should be just running around, going crazy.
You're
with
going
happiness.
to a big movie premiere tomorrow.
Right.
What movie?
The Campaign.
Oh,
I'm not in
wow.
it. I'm not in it. I'm just going to go to the
Wow.
premiere.
That's great. That looks like an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Two of my favorites are in that movie. Zach and Will.
Zach and Will Ferrell. But would you say the podcast today is interesting at least?
I think it's interesting. I think it's like all these episodes. It's very, very interesting to see how you guys are doing and all that shit. Shucks.
But this whole how I'm feeling talk,
I
is
think
that a bummer or
I
is
think
that...
that it is. I think that we need to turn things around and focus that for the next episode of Brode and Esther, it's not going to be obsessive over how sad you're feeling, and
Right. We're going to talk about happy
positive
stuff.
like shows you have coming up, or shows that you did, or maybe more. I don't know, because I don't know what normal people talk about, because I'm weird too. But we're going to think about it.
Okay.
We're going to talk about what's in the news, maybe.
Yeah, let's talk about what's in the news. The Olympics. We haven't mentioned the Olympics yet.
Have you been watching it at all?
I haven't.
Not really.
I watched Archery, and then it made me realize that I really like archery a lot, and I kind of want to get into doing archery again.
You did archery before?
It was just one of those things we had to do when we were in school. That was we had to do archery.
Right.
Yeah, our school made us do archery, made us do lacrosse, made us do a bunch of shit we didn't really want to do, but I always had fun with archery. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I never have done archery before.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should get really into something that you've never done before, like horseback riding.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a horse?
A while ago.
Yeah. Bowling? You ever get into bowling?
Not into it.
No.
I used to like music.
I saw you drum the other day on the Don Barris.
Yeah, you were drumming on
Yeah,
it.
I still
and
got it.
You kicked ass. It's funny because so Don has this show, for people that don't know, almost every night at the Comedy Store. Don Barris is doing this band that he does.
That's how I got my start at the Comedy Store.
Yeah. And Brody used to be the drummer all the time on it.
Yep.
And then now they have, people that fill in who are good, like Earl and Pete and stuff like that. But you kind of forget how amazing it was when you're the drummer, because do you have drums?
No, I don't.
You should get one of those drums that you could plug in the headphones, the electric drums, so you can sit there and do that. Because you might be a good, really amazing drummer if you wanted to be. And that could be a whole nother thing. You could be in a band.
Yeah. I've thought about that. No, I had that desire to be a drummer. I don't have it anymore.
Get back into your old desires. What happened to your old desires?
When I used to do the band, and that was, for some reason, you were not at the Comedy Store when I first came around. But I remember a couple months into it, you came back to the band one night, and I was like, oh, this person is a really good drummer. It's so much easier to work with.
Yeah, I like drumming. I enjoyed it, but I've not been into it that much the last year or so.
Are you allowed to have cats at your house?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think so.
I can.
Why don't you have a cat?
I don't think that that's going to help. I think that's going to make
Having a
things worse.
pet would probably help.
No, I thought that having a pet would help, and it made things worse, and it turned me into a bad person.
A dog is a little different. That's a lot of responsibility. A cat is not as much responsibility.
I don't think Brody is barely taking care of himself. I don't think he needs to add an animal to the mix.
I agree.
All right.
How am I barely taking? I am barely taking care of myself, right?
Well, I mean, just the mattress. I guess a lot of comics sleep on floors and air mattresses and couches and stuff like that. But usually that's temporary.
When I first moved
think
to
it's-
LA, I lived without a mattress for a month. I just didn't care.
Yeah. But for a month, I think I think sleep's super important though. I spend like more money than most people do on mattresses and bedroom stuff because I'm like a huge believer that sleep is one of the most important things in your life.
Right.
It makes you, I mean, if you don't get enough sleep, I think you start looking older. Your body starts thinking it's older. If you sleep, you kind of preserving yourself, like a comic book or a baseball card inside of a
Glass.
Yeah.
I see that.
By the way, somebody sent me a bunch of baseball cards randomly, and I have no idea what it means. There's no note or anything
Really?
like that. And so all the baseball cards, like I've had some people look at it that know sports, and they can't figure out who the people are or why they would send me them. Maybe you can. Here, I'll show them to you. Maybe you have any idea who these people are.
Joe Hesketh, pitcher. Bob Davis, I've heard of him. John D'Acquisto was a pitcher. Rob Wilfong, middle infielder. Mark Lear was a pitcher. Dave Edwards, John Mon. Just these 4 or 5 cards?
Yeah.
I don't know why. They're not really worth it. These are like worthless cards.
Are they? All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Is that why they sent them to you?
I don't know because maybe that's it because somebody else also randomly sent me Shrek Smash Crash Racing for the GameCube, which is a video game system that came out a long time ago, and this is a game that probably no one even knew existed or bought.
Shrek?
Yeah,
I like Crash Bandicoot.
but anyways.
No, these cards aren't worth anything.
All right, so baseball. You still love baseball. You still love sports.
I like sports.
You like drumming. Have you ever thought about making a baseball-themed band where you drum to? I don't know.
No, I appreciate your efforts here. I just need to be positive. I can't. What can I tell you? I'm not. I mean, I'm just being honest. Maybe I need a vacation. Maybe I need to go to rehab. Maybe I need, just to keep doing what I'm doing is fine. Maybe I'm functioning. I got my battery fixed today. I changed an airplane flight last night. We walked yesterday. I do need to eat better. I'm going to eat something after this. Esther drove here, but I'm sick of being a fucking mess.
Well, you're not a mess.
Brody.
That's what we're trying to tell you. You need to get out of this. You're back in the negative road.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe. Do you like ice cream?
Yeah, I'm just.
Anyway,
Anyway.
You have a show coming out. HBO Go.
Yes, HBO Go. You'll like it. You'll get it.
Monday.
You'll enjoy it. Please watch it. It's my calling card. It's my step to the next level. What I'm going through is it can't be like what I'm the first person ever to feel this.
No, you're not.
There's got to be a bunch of other people who have been feeling what I feel.
What you really need to do, though, is figure out why you're feeling this, and it's 100% medication, I think. I think
Yeah.
whatever medication you're on, it's not doing its job. What you were on before was doing its job.
I think we need to stop dwelling on the medication.
Well, it seems like
I think
it's-
Brian is right about the medication.
I know,
Esther.
but we've been dwelling on it for so long, and every time you see the doctor, you tell her the problems you're having, and she adjusts it.
Yeah,
So,
and I still have them.
and I agree. I'm not a proponent, or I don't like promoting meds. I don't take them. Our therapist recommended that I take meds. I don't. So I'm not an advocate of them. However, I think that if you want to go off of them, then you need to tell her that might be the next step, and then you just slowly lower.
Okay.
Okay, but I don't think we could dwell on it now because,
We're doing a fun podcast.
yeah.
This is a fun podcast. But we're learning a lot of stuff. Esther, I like how you're taking charge. I like how you're getting tough when the tough gets going. But I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you, Esther.
You won't lose me, Brody. Don't worry. I have no other friends.
Diet is important. I'm going to eat a sandwich after this.
Good.
And then
We're gonna go look at mattresses across the street.
I don't know if we can do that.
we may not have time.
All right.
I need a queen-size mattress. I'll just go buy one.
Well, we'll set up some help for you, because we know, it's rough for you right now. And in order for you to get better, you need to have a good mattress, and I think that's important.
Yeah. It's not that. I mean, it is.
No, it is important. I told you on Monday that
No,
you
the
need to get a
mattress.
mattress.
But when you're saying this, yeah, it is rough for me. It is rough for me right now. It's been fucking rough.
No, Brody, no!
Stop cussing, Brody.
No!
Stop cussing, Brody.
No. No more.
All right. At least I'm not cussing on Twitter or anything like that.
But you just cussed on the podcast.
Yeah,
And you cussed on the hike 3 days ago.
I did, right?
Yeah. Or 2 days ago.
Yeah, maybe I need to get back on different meds.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just where I'm at right now. I'm sorry that's bumming you out and you're not going to listen to this podcast anymore.
No, we're going to be positive, and the next podcast, we're going to talk more positive.
But this is still interesting.
It is.
You know, I want to snap out of this thing. I'm doing my best. What is that?
A lot of people believe in vacuuming their cats, because it gets all the cat hair out of, it gets all the dander. And so this guy is vacuuming his cat. And cats tend to love it, too, because it feels like you're brushing them.
Right.
Would you ever vacuum your cat if you had a cat?
I'd clean them.
I would.
I'd clean them up.
Actually, I'm lazy. I wouldn't vacuum my cat. I would just live in its hair.
This is interesting. I wonder what your cat would be like, Esther, if you had a cat.
I would
Yep.
love my cat.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
No.
Esther, you had a dog. You loved your dog.
I loved my dog Pepper.
Here's Esther's cat.
Now Pepper's in a better place.
Hi everybody, it's Larry Graves, the Canadian Stud Muffin, and this is my cat Jinx. And I love my cat Jinx, and I know she loves me, but
Brian,
I've been
what is
kind of
this?
getting bored with having this cat.
Look how creepy this dude
Really
is.
doesn't do
What
anything.
is this,
He's
Brian?
the Canadian stud muffin.
Do
That's what-
people watch the old
Kind of
videos
like
of
me.
me and Pepper like this and think that?
People are so weird. All right, I'm trying to just lighten the mood with cat videos.
When I was when I was doing the band with Don like 3 years ago, and I was playing a 14-year-old girl, there was this guy once from Canada who like really thought I was 14 and tried to get me to go home with him, and he was like, I have a jumbo-sized Kit Kat.
He thought you were 14?
Yeah,
And he really came
yeah.
on to you?
He was like talking about all this candy that he had and was trying to get me to hang out with him.
Oh.
Oh,
I know.
are you serious?
Yeah, this guy from Ottawa.
Does that happen a little bit because you look younger? Do you get guys hitting on you or looking at you a certain way?
Not really, no. I feel like no one really sexualizes me anymore. It's pretty good.
That's good. But you're becoming a woman.
No. I should. I'm 24.
I mean, the hiking's been great for you. I love the hikes.
Look at that.
What's wrong with that dog?
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
so cute.
god. It's a teacup chihuahua.
I love teacup puppies.
Did you know that there's some dogs out there that have this? A lot of Shih Tzus have this, where their eyes sometimes pop out of the sockets because
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was
You
always.
should look up the Esther Loves Pepper video of me and Pepper making out.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're anti that. Yeah. I love Pepper. Brian.
That's weird. All right.
He's trying to lighten the mood.
Good. We need this.
That's just creepy looking. That would be really cool though if women had mouths instead of eyes.
Okay, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
okay?
because then you and your friends could all get together.
Brian, stop it, okay? That's inappropriate. Why do I have to police everybody? It's like, let's be honest, good citizens,
Yep.
and just be good, positive people, and think normal things that aren't like profane.
There you go.
All right. Well, I think this was a great episode.
I think so too.
Me
Brody?
too.
I want to thank Simply Don 1 on Twitter. It's Simply Don 1. He's a star of the Ding Dong Show, creator of Ding Dong Show, Windy City Heat. He has a show every Monday at 10 o'clock in the Belly Room at the Comedy Store. And Brody, you have HBO Go.
Yes, HBO Go. Please watch that. My mind has been into that. Episode 1 through 6, they're all there, 15-minute episodes. Watch me develop, watch me grow. It's going to be good. Thank you. Positive energy. I will be focusing on that. I will be promoting that. I am going to be doing some work with Jeff Ross on The Burn. I'm going to be at the Comedy Store. I'll be here at the Ice House. I'll be doing my own stuff. Esther has been a great addition to my life, and we're going to push positive. I'm going to get my meds adjusted. That's the deal, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much, and we're gonna do this. I'm going to do this.
That's right, Brody.
Thanks,
Esther.
everybody. Twitter, Little Esther. I'll see you there.
And Brody is all things Brody, and I'm Redban. And we'll see you tonight. Me and Brody will be at the Ice House Chronicles. So if you want more Brody, like we all do, tune in tonight at 9:30 on Joe Rogan's Ustream channel. Or if you're listening to this rerun, go to deathsquad.tv. Later.
Suicide.